everyone, Marcel here, and this is another Cooking with Linux video. Imagine me with a glass of wine sitting in front of you at this moment. Actually, no, you don't have to do that. I'm just going to, first of all, point you to this lovely screen. So I have a lovely desktop at the moment there, and over on the, you can see the crashed plane over in the left-hand bottom half/corner there. And so it's, a nice cheery looking desktop, right? Doesn't that look cheery? Doesn't that make you feel like, everything is not bleak and terrible and that everybody just walked away from this particular crash? Well, maybe not. Hey, listen, so if that's not cheery enough for you, the easiest way, of course, is, and this is for what it's worth, is a Plasma desktop running on a Kubuntu system. If I click Configure Desktop, there are all sorts of other wonderful little wallpapers that I could choose to be running instead. So let's say that I do find that just, a little, not sufficiently cheery enough. What about this one here? Spicy Nepal. Apply. There we go. Peppers. Yum. Maybe we're not going for spicy today. How about a nice walk in the country? There we go, a nice walk in the country. To recap, the easy way to do this, to change the way things are on your desktop, is to right-click. Whoops, I'm over on the timekeeper. And by the way, if you want your desktop to look really cool, you need this widget here. All right, this is a Plasma widget called Timekeeper. It's just lovely. I love it. I love it. I love it. But anyway, let's right-click here, Configure Desktop. And we pick something. The waterfall. The waterfall always makes me feel just absolutely wonderful. So right-click. Okay, right-click, Configure Desktop. That'll bring up the wallpaper changer, and then I can say Apply, and suddenly I've got a nice new desktop, which has a nice waterfall, and I can get into the spirit of summertime and warmth and beauty and lovely southern locations. Although judging by those trees, I'm not sure how far south we actually are. But I digress. All right, so let's go back into desktop settings. So you've got these wallpapers, and some of these came with distributions that I installed, and some of them are wallpapers that I chose. And of course, you can add your own wallpapers, and there are default wallpapers that come with Linux distributions, or in this particular with the KDE Plasma desktop. But take a look down here where it says Get New Wallpapers. All right, I click here, and it will open up a Get Hot New Stuff Plasma window, which will download a whole pile of other wallpapers that people have provided. All right, this is actually pretty cool. I can sort them by newest. I can go by the highest rating, which will show me the pictures that people thought, for whatever reason, were the best in terms of, the number of votes that were attached to them. The most downloads sometimes is a better vision of what people think of them than the actual rating. Because, of course, you might have like 3 people that think it's a 5-star, whereas over here you might have, 20 people who think it's a 5-star, 20 people who think it's a 1-star, and then all of a sudden we're somewhere in the middle. I know, yeah, the math is probably wrong there, but that's not the point. The point is, for whatever reason, a lot of people like this, and a lot of people download it. As you can see, 31,968, almost 32K downloads on this one alone, all right? Now, I can take a look at just the ones that I've got installed on the system. But let's just jump back over to rating over here, all right? Oh, actually, let's go back over to most downloads. And one of my favorites is the Moraine Lake wallpaper. I always love this one. It's amazing how many systems I install this one on. If I want to have access to that wallpaper on my desktop, it's just a matter of clicking Install, waiting a few seconds until it's loaded. And at that point, if I wanted to get rid of it, I could uninstall it, but I'm not obviously going to do that. I'm just going to close right now, okay? Let's just close that. And now, there's my Moraine Lake. Is that the one that I just downloaded? No, it's this one here. Dude, keep track of what you just did there. Apply. And now I have one of my very favorite wallpapers. Another one of my very favorite wallpapers, if I go back to the desktop settings here, and I click Get Wallpaper, what the heck is it? It's a I don't know. Let's take a look. Most downloads. I'm sure it'll show up here somewhere. There it is, Lake Powell. I love this Lake Powell wallpaper. I think it's fantastic. I just love it. I think it's great, okay? The Moraine Lake is absolutely fantastic. The Lake Powell wallpaper is also fantastic. But let's pretend for a second that all I knew is, hey, maybe I'm looking for a wallpaper, I don't know, that has lakes. I can actually, in fact, let's go back to where it says newest here, so the Lake Powell doesn't show up in the top. I can just type lake, and it will filter out based on my keywords the various wallpapers that are available. Okay, and now I've got a whole pile of lakes, and perhaps not the one that I wanted, but let's say that I'm a little bit more clever than that, and I knew that it was Powell or something like that. I could just go P-O-W-E. I'll probably get something that says power balls. There you go. Colorful power balls. That sounds very interesting. All right, but let's say that I actually am looking for Powell, as in Lake Powell. Whoa! There's a bunch of them there. Lake Powell. A bunch of people have created Lake Powells, 21,000. What's the difference with all of them? A whole pile of people? No, it's all Jack and Back who gets the various ones. But let's install it because I love this one. So I'm going to click install. I'm going to click close over here. And then I take a look and there it is. There's my new wallpaper, Lake Powell. And if I click apply, it is now my background. I have this beautiful, bright, sunny day wallpaper, which cheers me up immensely, despite the fact that, you know, it looks like kind of the desert. But it does cheer me up. I mean, it's sunny, it's warm, it's got warm colors, you know, the red rock there. It's absolutely gorgeous. And of course, if I'm feeling a little too cheery in the day, you know, and I just feel like, you know, I don't know, I'm just too happy, I need to come down a little, I can go back over here to the abandoned plane and I can click apply. And just like that, miraculously, I'm back to the plane crash over in the corner here. Plane crash corner. I wonder if I've heard that somewhere before. Sounds like something I've heard before. If you can remind me where I've heard that before, plane crash corner, you know, leave me a comment and let me know. And, you know, perhaps it'll tweak my memory. Anyway, there you go. Okay. So feeling a little down and I want to cheer up, right click, configure. Oops. Oh, I don't want to leave yet. Cancel. Right click, configure desktop and go for, I don't know, flowers. Apply. Nah, I don't like the flowers. I'm going to go back to Lake Powell. There we go. Sunny and warm, even though it's the desert. All right. So there you go. And that is how you take advantage of the built-in wallpapers. And, of course, the beautiful thing, which I hope you picked up on, is I don't have to go hunting around the internet for these things. I don't have to try to find wallpapers that are going to fit my desktop. I just click get new wallpapers, and I go out there and I search for something like, I don't know, Pokemon. Did somebody create a Pokemon wallpaper? Nobody created a Pokemon wallpaper. This is outrageous. It probably has something to do with copyright. All right. You can create your own Pokemon wallpaper if you need to. But how about a wallpaper for, I don't know, penguins? There's got to be penguins around here somewhere. There you go. Penguins. King penguins. Anyway, that's all you need to do. You download tons of wallpaper. You can sort them by newest, highly, the most rated, or say the highest rated, I should say. The dude is having real trouble with words here. And, of course, the most downloads. And, you know, it's cool. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. And this is where I'm going to leave it for today. So make sure that you go out and you get yourself this really cool timekeeper widget for your desktop. And this is where I'm going to leave it. So please, 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 please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It does help me a great deal. Share this with your friends, your neighbors, your family, your dog, your cat, your hamster, with everybody that you think might find this interesting, and even people that you don't think will find it interesting. Just share it anyway. You know how this works. And, of course, you know, leave me comments. If there's something else you'd like me to cover, please let me know what that something else is. And I will try to make something like that happen for you in a future video. And finally, if you want to support me, you know, by buying me like a cup of coffee or something like that, you can do that in a virtual way by going to my Patreon site and, you know, and supporting me there. And I would greatly appreciate it. If you can. If you can't, please don't. But if you can spare, you know, even $1 a month or something like that for me to continue making videos, that would be fantastic. But for now, this is where I leave it. Marcel Gagne, out.